Hey everybody, happy Halloween and welcome on into Sunday Sports Extra. Jay Tuss alongside Will Hall. If you can't figure out why all the stores are sold out of candy corn, it's because Will has been making the rounds.
Just a few too many times.
Yeah.
A few too many trips to Fred Meyer.
How was Fort Collins? Man, that stadium is awesome. And I whenever you go there, you really realize that is something that the Rams have done right.
Yes, absolutely. It is, I'm whispering, I think the best stadium in the Mountain West Conference. Not atmosphere, Boise State fans, but just in terms of the facility and brand new and has all the bells and whistles. It is so nice.
Really hard to argue with that. You know, this has kind of been an uncharacteristic start to the season for the Boise State football team. They went to Fort Collins with a 3-4 record. The good thing about adversity, though, is you get a chance to respond, and we get the chance to witness what the team is made of.
Yeah, throughout the bye week, the players and coaches put their foot on the gas rather than take a breather. Tonight, or actually last night, the Broncos revealed that all their sacrifice, it was certainly worth it.
My bad, I didn't update the script. Last night in Fort Collins, Boise State looking to improve to 11-0 all-time against Colorado State. In fact, did you know that the Rams are the only team in the Mountain West that has never beaten Boise State? Incredible. Early on, the CSU football team was trying to make some history. They jumped out in front 13-0. They were trying to play add-on. Then J.L. Skinner stones 240 pounds of David Bailey down near the goal line.
The Rams drove down inside the 23 times in the first half, only got 9 points out of it.
That was kind of a big storyline, and the reason why Boise State hung around in this game. Without much going for the Broncos on offense, Colorado State punter Ryan Stonehouse unleashes a bomb. This checks up at the 3-yard line, so with 97 yards standing between the Broncos and the Promised Land, they simply just went to work.
Yeah, Hank Bachmeier connecting here with Khalil Shakir for the first down. Shaq had 118 yards on 9 grabs.
He was so good. A few plays later, Bachmeier in the air again. Octavius Evans selling out to make the TD grab. The Broncos get on the board, but they would head into the half down 16-7.
On to the third we go. George Holani, good to see him back healthy and in the lineup, providing a spark to the ground game. He had 43 rush yards last night on 10 carries.
It would set up this. Bachmeier fakes to Holani, but hands it off to Octavius Evans on the end around. He basically walks in from 13 yards out. After the game, he told us he loved being a part of the creativity on offense.
That pulled the Broncos to within 2, but that would leave them trailing for not much longer. Big connection here from Hank Bachmeier to Khalil Shakir. Johnny on the spot right there. And then later on in the drive, Hank connecting in the flat here to Steph Cobbs. Doing what Steph does best, making defenders miss into the end zone to give Boise State the lead there.
How about that? His team-leading 5th touchdown reception.
Would not have guessed that.
Right, exactly. Steph's having a great season. On to the 4th, following a blocked punt. The Broncos go for the dagger.
Wow, Ty Neal Hopper, so awesome to see. Ty Neal's dad made the journey from home in Georgia to watch Ty Neal last night. I'd certainly say it was worth it.
51 yards on the play, the longest receiving play by a Boise State tight end in 2 decades. Incredible. Wow. Boise State comes back to roll the Rams 28-19, the final. Afterwards, we catch up with Coach Avalos.
Andy, we know how hard you guys worked through your bye week. Do you feel like you found something that you guys can sustain over the course of the rest of the season in terms of your preparation? And after the BYU game, you said how excited you were for your boys to feel, you know, what it's like to win a big game. What was the locker room like after this one?
Yeah, very much so. We celebrated, but Jay, we also talked about some other things too that we've done after winning and how we responded. And we ain't gonna wait to see. We set the standard for what this is gonna look like. We're gonna enjoy this tonight, and we're gonna get right back to work. And you know, we I don't know. Someone was telling me it's the 13th hardest schedule, you know, in the nation. And I laughed. Feels a lot harder, you know, that it's higher than that sometimes. But that's the beauty in what we get to do. And what that requires of us is to be our best every single day, you know, in our preparation. And they deserved it tonight, man. They deserved the success they had individually, but more importantly, collectively as a team. When we needed a huge special teams play there at the end of the game, we got that. All 3 phases stepped up.
When we talk about, you know, what's happened so far this season, a lot of times you say that it comes down to the little things, and maybe they've stacked up against you in prior games, but tonight they worked so effectively in your favor. In the second half in particular, on offense and defense, you were ahead of the chains on offense, and on defense, it seems like you were able to keep them behind the chains. How effective was that into the results you saw tonight?
Yeah, it's been something that we've been stressing hard. On offense, it comes down to obviously being able to run the ball. And that opens up so much more on first down. And that team was heavy pressure to start the game, on first down because of some of the things that we've done in the past. And you know what? We didn't do a great job. I think would we start 3-and-out, the first couple of series there. We did not do a great job that way. And even in the locker room at halftime, nobody wavered on what it was. We knew that it was us that was to fix the things that we needed to do to be out in front of the chains. And that was a big part of it. We weren't going to press. We weren't going to try to do anything. We were going to stick to the plan and execute it better and win our one-on-ones. And that's what the guys did in the second half, Jeff.
I got to tell you, and I think a lot of Bronco Nation was with me last night, the way that first quarter went.
I was nervous.
Nervous.
Yeah, absolutely. Damage control.
Yeah.
Found their bearings. Fantastic second half win.
I mean, you can't question the character of this team with their ability to come back and really dominate from there on out.